And welcome back to what are we? This is gonna be the No BS podcast because I don't want to make another podcast channel. We're just gonna upload it on that one so we can swear and stuff and not go back to the Braden College.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck
So
yes.
if you don't already know, I'm Colin.
And I am Braden.
Yeah, I was like, you gonna introduce yourself?
Of course.
Yeah, and we're two buddies that like to do podcasts together.
He likes to do podcasts and he likes to drag me along with him.
Well, we both like to talk, and that's really all podcasting is.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry for the scuff setup today, guys, but it'll probably get better at some point.
I like it.
I mean, it works.
There's this pillar in the
There's
back.
not a great background, but like, we got it, guys. I'll also let you know, guys, this is a super cheap podcast setup. Like, these mic stands were $13. These mics are $17, and I think they sound really good for $17 mics.
I'd say it's a steal, you know? I wouldn't call it cheap. Like,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
got
yeah.
these and they work for $13, oh.
Yeah. So my
Why
thing
not?
with it is, so like, I don't know if you know the brand. So I've, you know when I was a senior in high school, like got super in, like I wanted to be a YouTuber, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was looking for a
You were vlogging all the time.
Yeah. So I was looking for a mic, and I found this Fifine digital mic, and it's my pink mic. It's not these, but
This
these are
also
Fifines.
Fifine.
Yeah. So they were like $30, and they were really good, and I really liked them, and I really liked the way they sounded and everything, and I
Yeah.
liked they were a really good price. So when I saw these were Fifines, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take the risk because like I've used their mics before, and they're gonna sound good, and then these ones are also XLR, so normally those ones do sound better.
And they sound, yeah.
For $17, dude, these sound great. But guys, you see the title of the podcast. We're gonna be talking about something today, but before we get into that, Braden.
Yeah.
It's your
It's my birthday. Great. Everybody has a birthday. I'm not big on celebrating, but
I
don't know.
mean, neither am I, to be real.
I like celebrating other people. So
I
I,
like to-
so I understand
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people celebrating my birthday. And
Yeah, I feel like it's better to just like have fun. It's like an
Yeah.
excuse to have fun.
it's just a lot of
'cause-
attention, and I'm not big on the attention. I'd rather.
Yeah, you got too much attention in middle school and high school, and you don't want any now.
Sure. Sure. I'd rather have fun, like you said.
Yeah.
And we did. We grilled out. Max made some fire burgers.
Yeah, shout out to Max Powers for some
Thank you for those.
good burgers. You know, neither one of us could have done better than that.
No,
No,
definitely
we would
not.
have been.
I've never
way
grilled
worse.
with charcoal.
Yeah, no,
That
grilling
was-
with charcoal is a different beast, my guy. Different
Yeah.
beast.
Grilling is kind of the beast.
Grilling is, dude, but like to be a real dad, you have to know how to grill.
I know. That's
Like,
why
I
I
don't-
want to. I want to get good at it over the summer.
Well, yeah,
So Well-
it's a goal. We have a lot of goals over the summer that we want to get good at. but-
backflips. You guys can probably see my knee scars.
Yeah, guys, if you didn't know, Braden tore his ACL.
I had surgery about 2 months ago. Almost 2 months ago.
Yeah, we'd introduce ourselves, but honestly, like you can go watch the other podcasts on the channel, and you can freaking find out who we are if you really care that much.
Yes.
But
okay, title of the video. I don't even know what
no,
it
no, no,
is.
no, 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 no. We're not done talking about this yet. So back to
Oh.
Braden's birthday. So I got him a very
Oh,
lovely
yes.
gift that hopefully I remember to pop up on the screen right here. Braden, how'd you like the socks that I got you?
They were amazing. One of my favorite pictures of Colin is him holding a drawstring bag. It's iconic. It's he's like how old
It was
are
my
you?
first Taekwondo Nationals,
you,
and I
like,
was 12
7
years
or-
old.
oh.
I was 12.
You look young. I thought he was like 8 or something.
I looked the same since I was
Uh,
like since I was like 5. I
Okay,
looked the
fine.
exact
So
same.
he's 12 and he's just standing there in his glasses, like with this, just you have no expression at all.
It
And you're
sums
just-
up my personality pretty well.
Your
I
mom
feel
was
like.
probably like, "Oh, let's take a picture," and you were like, "Fine, mom." And you held up the drawstring bag that has like
Nah,
Taekwondo
dude,
Nationals.
I
on it.
thought, I'm not even joking, dude. I thought I looked so cool in that picture for the longest time.
I hope he's flashing the
Like
picture.
when
up right
I
now,
was
'cause
when
it's
I was in
so good.
when I was in middle school, like that was my I'm pretty sure that was my Instagram profile picture because I
Heck
thought that
yes.
picture was so hard and then it
It
just like
is
wasn't,
so
dude.
hard.
No.
But it's funny.
No, it was not. It was
So
not.
he got me socks, and on these socks was just his face, that expressionless face, and
It's great. It also says
I-
Braden socks on them, so he doesn't lose them.
okay.
Funny story, Braden stole my socks last year when we were roommates together.
No,
Yes,
no.
you did.
I
Yes, you did.
I placed them. They were in the room. I didn't steal them, and I didn't wear them, and I didn't sell them. Okay. I took every time like I'd get mad at Colin for something, and I wouldn't express it. I'd just steal one of his socks, and then it made me feel better. And then at the end of the year, he's like, "Man, where's all my
I
socks
lost so
go?"
many socks, and I really didn't know because I didn't even think of you doing that because neither one of us is like petty whatsoever. Like we don't do stuff like that. That's the pettiest thing I've ever seen you do. is
All I
steal
did was throw it behind the futon.
Is
I
that what
figured you'd
happened?
find them. Yeah.
I did not find them. I don't think I found them until we moved out.
Yeah. No, you found them when they moved out.
And I was like,
then you
Brayden,
were
what is
like,
this
"Oh,
pile of socks?
Oops. I thought it was funny.
It was kind of funny.
Where did all my socks go? That was funny.
Yeah, it was your fault, man.
Whatever.
But it's okay. So obviously, guys, you can tell Brayden and I have a very unique relationship that you probably wish you. Nah, you don't wish you had this.
You're right. It's Pride Month.
It is. It is.
Yes.
It's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month. June
Hey
1st. You
man,
didn't see
shout
all
out
everybody's stories?
No. But shout out to the Pride. It's gay Pride, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to all the homies. I won't call anyone out just because. Well, I mean, no one's gonna watch this. I don't know why. I
Yes,
just
we
call
have
people
a
out.
lot of gay
Shout out,
friends.
shout out,
That's
shout out
great.
to if you're gay, bro. Shout out to you. You're rocking your shit, bruv. You keep doing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a Pride podcast or what?
No.
We're
We're
done
done
What
with
are we
Pride.
talking
We're done with
about?
Pride. I already told you what I.
I know
told
you told
what
me,
was,
but you haven't
dude.
told them, and you've
But
been.
Does the
in
audience?
suspense.
The audience can read, Brayden. Do they even need to know?
But we got to give them what they've been waiting for.
Okay, guys. So, as you know, very, very interesting title. What was it again?
You haven't made the title yet, dummy.
I know what is it again.
We were talking about how Colin came up with this great idea about how being average is okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah.
I got it confused with the word original for some reason. I was getting average and
Original.
original confused.
You can be both.
No, I mean,
You can be.
I'll be real. If you're pretty original, you're probably not average because it's hard to be original because like everything's been done nowadays.
Yeah,
like
but
like a podcast like this, super been done.
yeah, but you don't have to. You can copy people and put your own, spins on
But
it. You have
again,
your own
is that-
personality. It's
how
called
original
personality.
is that? How original is that? It's just it's not.
Well,
it's not as
you
original.
got to define original.
Oh.
I'm that guy. You gotta,
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
gotta,
we're not here to talk about originality. We're going to this.
We're
So
going to add
the reason I came up with this average topic is based on this lovely scale, this lovely 1 to 10 scale we've all had when we rate our friends and other people off on looks.
Oh, specifically
Yes.
on looks.
No, well, I mean that's where this is where the idea came from. I'm not saying in
Oh,
general,
okay.
but this is where the idea came from because everyone's people in general, not me, but most people don't want to hurt other people's feelings. So
Yeah.
the scale really starts at 5. Like when you're rating people 1 to 10, the scale normally starts at 5 for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
if you say lower than 5, you're kind of dissing
like it's
them.
kind of like an insult. It's like, like I would never look at you.
even though
again.
they are less than a 5, right?
Oh yeah. No, they're half the world is 5 or less.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna rate things on a 1 to 10 or on a 0 to 10 scale or
It can't
a
be
1 to 10 scale,
Can't
like,
be 5 to 10.
yeah, it can't be 5 to 10 because obviously 5 is average. Like you got to accept that. Like 5 is average. 5 isn't like like when you hear 5, it's You want to know why? Because if you get a 50% if you get a 5 out of 10 on a quiz, dude, you're like shit.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was-
yeah. I guess. I don't know.
I blame school, dude. I blame school for making us think 50%, which should be average, is bad.
Okay, but you don't want to be average at everything,
Well, no. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just talking in general. But let's start on the topic of looks, Braden. What would
Okay,
you
so we are
give your
starting on
what?
looks.
Yeah. What would you give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Like
Whatever I
honestly.
say, you're just gonna add 2. That's
No.
the code.
That's
the
not what I'm
code.
doing. What the heck? No. I already have a number in my head for you.
Oh, okay.
Remember, out of 10,
On my best day.
the whole world. Yeah.
on
yeah,
my
yeah,
best
yeah.
day,
when you're looking
I
hot.
feel like I can pull off a 7.
I
on
think
my
you're-
best day.
I have you at a 6.8 in my head.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
were right
yeah, yeah,
there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And I
I'm
was
thinking
giving myself some leeway there. Like,
It depends on if Braden is wearing gray sweatpants or not, because if
Oh,
he
okay.
is, the man looks.
You see the dump truck? I know what you mean. I know what you people look at.
You guys see the guns out right now. Braden's
Yeah, it's just because of this cutoff. I cut it off very well.
yeah, no. I guess the scale does fluctuate depending, because like, obviously not everything's the same for all people.
Of
but
course.
like overall, we're trying to be relative. Yeah, I'd say like 6.8. That's around range,
So, what would you rate
Myself, yeah,
yourself?
that's what I was getting to. So I've had this number in my head,
Wait,
and
let me
I
think of a
think
number for
I'm
you
about
first.
okay.
Look at me.
I have to look at you. You haven't seen my face enough.
Mmm.
We've been friends since 7th grade, guys.
Spicy. He looks
You know they
hot.
say friendships surpassing 7 years are likely to last a lifetime.
Yeah, whatever.
But in 2 years we're gonna graduate
I knew you were
college
gonna
and we're never
say
gonna see
that.
each other again.
Okay.
It's a running joke, guys.
I have a number for you.
You have a number? Okay. So me personally, I'm thinking like I'm between a 4.9 and like a 5.2. I think that might be being a little generous, to be real.
No way. Take
No,
off
no,
your
no,
hat.
No. The hair is not.
Colin, you were
not a good thing,
pulling
dude.
so many people in high school.
It's
Are you
confidence, dude.
kidding
It
me?
had nothing to do with how good I looked. Nothing.
But that makes you look even better.
Oh, yeah, but
It
that's
may-
that's
it-
not
it
what we're
affects
talking
your
about.
looks.
Okay. If we're talking about me as a person, I feel like everyone's gonna rate themselves above average. I'd say I'm
Yeah.
slightly above average. But
I would say that
but
as
yeah,
well.
no. But like, if we're talking about looks, I think I'm like right in that average range. Like I'm not ugly, but I'm not like hot.
I think on your best day, you are also a 7. I think as
I
well.
don't know.
I
maybe
think you
when
can pull it off.
Maybe when I'm bald and in my Steve Harvey suit, I'll show that picture. That picture.
That is a
I
great
look
picture.
Pretty good in that picture. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking of all the people in the world and like.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I've fallen that average range. Maybe I'm below average. Maybe you're below average, guys. But
Probably.
we're here to talk about why that is okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Looks. I feel like looks is especially okay because you don't really control that. That's like.
oh yeah.
I don't
Like
get
you
to build
can
my face,
you can
dude.
try to control it. People do try and build their faces with Botox and, like facelifts and stuff like that, and that does not count. You're instantly like
yeah,
a,
dude.
a
I don't
1
know. I
for
feel
me.
like anytime you get like anything that's fake, especially if you can tell, dude, it's like
It's being comfortable in your own body and having confidence in, who you
Yeah.
are and how you look is what makes your number go up.
yeah.
And
I feel like if you reject the way you looked originally by like changing it and doing all that stuff, you like bring your number. Excuse me. You like bring your number down on the scale.
yeah, I agree. You gotta work with what you got, right?
I mean, yeah.
And it's
this
okay.
This is a big thing that I think guys especially have because most guys that I've talked to, like, we think girls overdo it with the makeup a lot. And this is, it's not every girl, but, like, I think a lot of girls overdo it with the makeup. And how much money there is in makeup is, like,
Yeah.
scary.
I don't know. We could talk about makeup, but we might make some people mad.
I don't get the obsession with.
But it's no BS. Who
I,
cares?
yeah. No. I
The-
just don't get the obsession with like wanting to change your look so much, especially when like I'll be real, a lot of girls that wear a lot of makeup, some of them are already like pretty attractive, and I don't
Right.
get why you don't go for that more natural
Right,
look.
to go for the natural look.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. You might like why do okay. Here's the argument for the girls, not from a guy. So
Yeah, it's from a
I
guy,
might
dude.
take this
We're gonna
wrong.
bring a girl on at some point. And we're gonna get her opinion.
We'll
on this.
talk about this, but they do it because they like the way they look in it.
Yeah, no.
they wear makeup for themselves.
I'm not claiming that they do it for
No.
guys because I think they'd wear less if it was for guys because again most guys I know prefer like a more natural look.
Yeah.
But they do it for them. I'm
But
just
the thing
don't
is,
understand
they
why
look
they
at themselves and they're like, "This face needs makeup." When
Yeah, I don't get why they
wish
don't.
that isn't what they thought.
I don't get why they don't like that natural look. Like I get it when you first wake up and you've got bedhead and everything,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like go wash your
Same,
face and whatever.
same,
but like,
yeah.
I don't know. I also get like the painting nails and everything. I feel like that's just totally fun.
That is
Painting
fun.
nails, like
Yeah.
one, getting your nails done is. I'm not even gonna like it. I know this is so off topic, but getting your nails done is fun, dude.
Are you
And,
talking,
getting them
like,
painted and-
pedicure,
Oh
or-
yeah, pedicure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I'd totally get a pedicure anytime, dude.
let's go sometime.
We will.
Okay.
We will. But, yeah.
We'll double date it.
I mean, I
pedicure.
wouldn't be opposed. I've been going on a lot of double dates recently, and I have a lot scheduled.
Good.
I just like my girlfriend Alondra. She's got too many friends, I guess.
She likes people.
Yeah, sure. I'm the one that likes people, but
I know.
she likes a select few amount of people, and those people happen to be in relationships. So
Gotcha.
we go on those double dates, I guess. But Back to the
yeah,
topic.
the topic. Sorry.
Okay. We're not on makeup. We're
Average.
We're on looks. We're still going on.
We're
looks.
still on looks.
We're
I
still
thought we
going
were
to talk
on.
a little bit more about looks.
I guess makeup is
I
part
just
of
yeah,
looks.
yeah, yeah. I just think like again looks, because looks is the most thing that I think gets rated on that 1 to 10 scale. Like most often is because it's a pretty easy metric, and it's just always been a thing where it's like, hey dude, hey, what you rate that girl? You might say a 7, but then your buddy laughs. It's like, nah, she a 2.
Mm.
Yeah, some shit like that. I don't know, but
Have I ever said that to you?
nah. But we've all rated girls, and like someone said a number that we've all
she's
thought
a
was way
2.
too high.
Yeah,
Don't act like that has not happened.
All right, but we're not all the same person. You
No,
know?
yeah. Again, the scale's different
because everybody has preferences and stuff like
but
that.
we're talking about
but
relative attract or relative like hotness, which
yes,
is
is different.
a finite scale. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it, but
But most of the world is average.
yeah, that's what I'm
Which
just
is-
trying to say, guys. Like, if
Yeah.
if you think you're, to be real, like if you think you're an 8, you're probably like a 6.8. No offense. Like,
Yeah.
you just got to think about all the other people in the world. You're probably a lower number than you think.
But if you, oh god, because you can think you're a 10 and be a 5, but just thinking you're a 10 and having confidence in how you look can bring you up.
Okay, yeah. I just think you gotta. I'm bad at this, but it's the difference between like that confidence and arrogance. Because sometimes I come off,
Arrogance,
I
you're
come
right.
across as a very arrogant asshole, and a lot of people don't like me because of that. But I personally don't care. But I'm
You-
trying to work on that, just because sometimes I come off a little bit arrogant. And probably not the
You-
best thing in the world.
You care about the things you care about, and I don't know. You don't waste your time on things other people care about.
I personally don't care too much what other people think of me, but that is one thing that I do want to work on as myself, just like working on being confident but not arrogant.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, you want to move off looks though?
Yes, let's move off looks.
Move
Are we
off
on
looks.
confidence now? Or
Oh.
wait, no.
Well, we
okay,
kinda-
we're talking about average.
We're talking about average, dude. So what do you think people like? When you think people like, what do you rate? You rate like personality? What other?
Personality is so big, you know. Like people.
What is
I
an
don't know.
average personality though?
An
Because I
average-
feel like I've met so many people with like little to no personality that it's like the scale. I feel like everyone's either like a 3 or they're like a 7.
It's
They're like a 3 or below, or they're like a 7+, and there's like nobody in that middle range.
I think it's cookie cutter that does it for me. Like if I see a personality that I've seen, just copy and paste it on somebody else.
Every white girl ever.
Right. No. So that's the idea, is that we put these people into these categories.
I mean,
And if
we're
you-
stereotyping, but
But that's it. Is people latch onto those categories and then they make their personalities about that, stereotype. And they're like, oh my god, I'm such a bruh girl, or like I don't know, like there are different categories that we.
I know what you mean. But yeah,
You know what I mean.
But yeah. If you're one, I like to say that if you respond with 1 words in conversations or a
Oh,
few
God.
words or anything like that, I don't want to talk to you. Like
Go away.
you're boring to talk to, dude.
I agree.
And like I guess it's okay that you're boring to talk to, but I don't know.
It doesn't really make me want to be around you. I'd rather be doing something else.
I don't know.
And I mean, like, if I'll talk to you out of courtesy, but I won't keep coming back to talk to you.
But yeah. I think part of also having an interesting personality is being an interesting person at the same time, which is honestly pretty hard nowadays.
It's difficult because everybody's doing everything and they're really good at
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then like you can just look on the internet and see all these people doing like literally the most interesting shit in the world.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, what are you doing compared to that? But you got to think like those people are you got to remember those people are the 9, 10 like interesting people.
Yeah, and they've had luck in life.
Oh yeah, they've had money.
They
Luck.
they
Money,
either
luck.
come from money or they are super. There are select few people in the world that are super driven and like, create their dreams. But a lot of it is either inherited or like given to them by people with money.
Yeah. Not to say again, a lot of people work for their stuff, but
Absolutely.
there's also a good portion that like, dude, Warren Buffett's kids, man's got generational wealth. Like, like for like 5 generations. Like what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like sorry, but it's kind of getting handed to you. Like and it's not even like your fault necessarily, but I don't know. I feel like when things get handed to you, it's also hard to learn how to work for stuff.
Yeah. So in an average world, I'd say Colin and I are pretty average, right? Like
yeah, I mean, like this
we're
podcast is
going-
literally just 2 average dudes like talking shit, basically.
we grew up in
An average-sized town.
Average-sized
I'd say it's
town.
pretty
We
average
went
sized town.
to
A
high
pretty
school.
average high school.
We went to college.
We were both. I'd say we were both like slightly above average athletes. Like I don't think
and
either one of us.
students.
Yeah, I
like,
mean, I don't think either one of us was like crazy
super
good at.
excelled.
Yeah, we weren't like amazing, but like we were like average.
Yeah.
Like we were good enough to the point where it's like, yeah, you're on varsity, and like we were good enough to, of course, get to the Division III level. So.
But we never really came first.
Yeah.
First in
Yeah,
anything.
it's not like neither one of us were a state champion or anything.
It would have been great to be state champion.
I mean, I was technically an alternate for state championship 4x8, but you
Yeah,
know,
so-
like neither one of us were state champion. Like we weren't like we're not going to end up on the. We went to Ames High. We're not going to end up on the Ames High Wall of Fame or anything
Yeah.
like that. We weren't like really good. We weren't even like. I'd say we were like slightly above average in our class.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd say we're pretty average people.
Yeah, and I don't.
But
I don't.
I'm
what is
fine
this,
with that.
What is this negative connotation with being average? Like, why does being like everyone says C's get degrees, but like people don't like getting C's.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't get what's wrong with this negative connotation that everyone has with being average.
Yeah.
Like again, most of the world is gonna be average. Like if you can bank out average, like you're not doing bad for yourself. I mean, it's not necessarily something that it's like, oh, you want to jump for joy, but it's not something that you should be upset about or disgraced about or
Yeah,
anything like that.
people do get upset. I don't know. Back on personality, like people that don't really have a personality, they see these people that are like 7+ on the personality scale, like you were saying, and they like get sad about
Yeah.
the kind of person they are, and then they sulk, and then stuff. They don't take charge of who they are.
Yeah,
they always look at other people.
This is kind of another topic. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. One, I don't understand jealousy. Like I personally just don't get it. Like if anyone else is doing something, I'm like, oh, nice, and it's like that just makes me want to do something like that
Cool.
much better. And I really don't understand like jealousy. At some point, we'll talk about how I'm basically a sociopath and don't understand a lot of emotions. But
Okay, sure. Sure.
we'll go off that. I was going somewhere, but I forgot where I was going.
You were talking about.
What were you talking about before?
Oh, I don't know.
Gersh.
I was talking about personality and how people.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Some people are just like go-getters, and some people like to sit there and sulk in their own self-guilt. And I've never understood that.
Instead of being a go-getter, like, my firm belief in this world is that you should do what makes you happy. And
Oh yeah,
I mean,
there's very few exceptions where you shouldn't do what makes you happy.
yeah,
I think anything that's illegal, you probably shouldn't. Anything that's gonna harm you or your body,
Or
you probably
anybody
shouldn't do.
else.
But like everything else, like
go for it. Like, just pour yourself into it. Don't. I don't know. People get so wound up in what others are doing that they're not taking charge of what they should be doing.
yeah.
They're not go-getters.
I also feel like that there's also kind of this misconception that just because you're a go-getter, you can do anything. Because I'll be real, I'm a little bit of a pessimist, but I genuinely believe that there are a good amount of things that some people will just never accomplish. And it's not to the fault of their own, it's just like odds and everything.
Yeah.
Like, we're always told that we're told the American dream, you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's like you can literally do anything and you can be anything as a kid.
Yeah, and that's such
That's
a lie.
horseshit.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
such
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
lie. Oh
yeah,
my God.
No, there's realistic jobs and there's non, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't work to get towards that goal that might be unrealistic, but it's just I guess it's just knowing that that's not something that you should expect.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. People that have get to that top echelon, I feel like they're all or nothing is a thing. And I mean, are you okay taking as many of those that go all? There's like
Yeah.
10 times more that go nothing. So
It's just that, doing what makes you happy pays different for depending on what makes you happy,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like doctors, I guess a lot of doctors become doctors to get paid, what they do, but a lot of doctors are also interested in that side of science and, human physiology and taking care of people. But they make like a lot of money, whereas I'm going into social work and we make jack shit.
yeah, neither
but
one of
we're
we can
still
both
helping people.
Braden and I can both say that neither one of us will be making a lot of money in the near future.
But as long as I'm doing, what makes me happy, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
And I won't be considered, like above average, but that's not the goal. The
Yeah.
goal is not to be
Oh,
average and then become
we
more
haven't
than
even-
that.
We haven't even gotten into financially. Oh my God, that's what we need to get into next, dude. Dude, average financially. So the average American salary, if I'm not mistaken, is around $55,000 a year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fact check that real quick, but give me some opinions on that, Braden.
I think as long as you know how to work your money and don't, fall below the poverty line, you're good. What is the poverty line? I don't know. I should know that actually, because we learned it about all my
So
classes.
the average, I was way off. The average U.S. salary.
It's lower, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 31,000. I think what I was thinking was household income. I think that's what I was thinking. So like
Yeah.
married families, household income. So that was pretty good. Let me find the poverty line real quick.
Yeah. You gotta cut your nails. Oh my god.
Yes, I know. Yeah. So if you make less than $12,000 a year, or about $13,000 a year,
Yeah.
you qualify for like poverty stuff, like benefits and everything like that.
Yeah.
But $12,000 a year. You make more than that off unemployment. So if you're actively searching for a job, you're not technically below the poverty line.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, especially during like COVID, unemployment was crazy. Like you're making a lot of money, but here. So I'm gonna do the simple math. So I imagine that number was before taxes. So I'm gonna take a normal paid amount. So Iowa, we have a very low minimum wage at $7.25. We have the federal minimum wage.
Crazy.
We are not going to take that. We are going to take $9 because I'd say that's pretty normal. And like, dude, this is like working at McDonald's.
It's
So
like 15 in
so yeah,
Colorado.
if you are working 40 hours a week, 9 times 40 is 360. So you're bringing $360 a week home. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So a week
Times
there's
52.
times 52. There's 52 weeks in a year, and you're making $18,000. So you're not below the poverty line.
Yeah.
And
Obviously, there are other deciding factors.
obviously there,
into
yeah. I'm
poverty.
not trying to simplify it.
Yeah.
But like, if you got a job and you're like working a full-time job, you're probably not below the poverty line.
But financially average.
Yeah,
That's what
but
we're talking about.
financially average. So financially average is making $31,000 a year. But the thing is, the people that we hear about are Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett,
Uh-huh.
Mark Zuckerberg, all these guys that are literally making like absurd amounts of money, like enough money to like, well, I mean, Bill Gates is literally like donating like an absurd amount of it.
Divorced, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I mean he lost half his fortune, but
Yeah. Oh.
I mean even a guy like Mr. Beast. So I'm gonna bring up Mr. Beast.
Sure.
He does. Oh, I think I watched a video that or estimated his revenue for the year, and it was about $100 million. The thing is, he puts like 90% of that back into the videos. And most of those go into helping people every once in a while. It's kind of a dumb video where he just spends it on stupid stuff. But like the man, like he literally started a channel called Beast Philanthropy to show all his philanthropy. And he started like 4 or 5 homeless shelters.
Dang.
He like opened
Wow.
4 or 5 homeless shelters, and it's like,
This guy.
I mean, yeah, that's what a lot of people are doing with their money. And like I guarantee, like just knowing, again from what I've seen, like Mr. Beast probably, like he doesn't he doesn't spend his money on anything except like his work and helping people, from what I've seen, which
That
is
sounds
crazy to
like
think
the
about
life to
because
me.
like I don't know, it's this idea of stuff. This
Material
stuff, like
stuff?
yeah, you want to have this stuff, but you want to have like this expensive looking stuff so people don't think you're average, you know. So like when I wear Supreme, if I wear
Oh,
Supreme,
God.
I'm wearing that because like you know a little bit of a flex. Oh, you know, like I'm not like those other guys. It's to just
But for what? It's for attention. It's for clout. It's for like social status. Why? Because I like look at people who wear all that Gucci stuff and Supreme stuff, and I think, wow, what a waste of fucking money.
that is also what I think. Like I get it if you worked for it. Like I mean, go
You
for
do
it,
what
I
you want to do
guess.
with
Like
your money, but
yeah,
I,
but
I
I
know
mean-
how it can be spent in so many better ways.
yeah. And then there's also the people that it's like okay, you spend all your money on clothes. Though. Like the people that don't have the money
Yeah.
to be spending that on Gucci,
Yeah.
but they spend it on Gucci just so they can look cool.
Yeah.
And it's like
And they say, oh, they make excuses for it too, like they weren't vying for attention. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you were doing.
yeah. But back to the topic a little bit, guys. Being average is okay. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe.
you see, this is one problem that I like. U.S. movies are good and everything, but in our society is so. But our society, unlike a lot of others, especially foreign countries, we teach kids that they can be anything they want to be, which is again good for dreamers, and that like you can be something special and all these things.
Mhm.
And while it is, of course, good so you can have those big picture dreamers and everything, it also lets a lot of kids down when it bursts their bubble that like they're not necessarily special. Like I hate to tell some of you that if your bubble hasn't been bursted, like you aren't that special. Like sorry, like everyone's got a few special things about them that are unique, but overall, like compared to the rest of the world, you're probably just you're not that special.
But here's the thing, like if you want, to be this special, you want to be special, like you can be. I feel like instead of teaching kids that you can be whatever you want, it's more that you have to work your ass off if you want.
Yeah, I think
to be
instilling
something.
a strong work ethic is better because I think I'm doing this for what was it? It was some study. It was like Finland or something like that. So a big part of like Finnish culture and whatever is like they always teach their kids like hey, like don't expect to be anything special. Like
That's
it's just
good.
a big part of it, and I think it's just some sort of realism. I think that's why, especially like mental illness. Mental illness is like not a big thing anywhere else besides the U.S. Like
Yeah.
obviously it's still a thing, but it's like most prominent in the U.S. But I think so much of it is that culture of okay, I have to be special. I have to be better than these people. I can't be average. I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, like I'm not supposed to be average. Like no, I'm better than people. And like I get it, having that confidence that sometimes you have to have that confidence. Like
Mhm.
sometimes like
Chase the bag.
like yeah, like when you're on the soccer field, like you got to be like I am way better than these guys. I'm about to kick their ass. Or like when I step on the track, my thought is like, dude, I'm fast as shit all
Yeah.
the time. Like
Yeah.
I'm faster than these guys.
Like it's good to have a mindset like that, but you can't expect to be handed anything. You can't, like, of course, people will be there to help you and teach you, but most of the work, 99% of the work is done yourself.
Oh yeah.
I was starting my first day at the Storm Lake schools for summer school today, and I saw, I don't know, I thought it was a really good quote. It was one of those ones that they put up on, above the door frame, but it said, every expert was once a beginner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't expect greatness immediately. You can be something great, and America stops right there.
Yeah.
You can
yeah,
be something
I think,
great.
Yeah, it just
You
pushes
need to
this
work
so
your
much
ass
that like
off.
you can, and it shows us so many people that are like those are the people that we see in the news every day. Is like those
Uh-huh.
people that are special, and I think people just they don't see the work that goes into that, and they
Day.
have this
Every
conception
single
that
day.
like oh maybe this should be like this is something that I deserve. Like what was it? I was reading this. So one of the biggest differences between millennials and Gen Zers. So we're Gen Zers, millennials were the generation before us, was that a lot of millennials had like this expectation that just because they had a college degree, they deserve like a decent paying job.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing is with a lot of Gen Z, I don't know how this has come about, at least from what I've read, is that Gen Zers understand that just because you have a college degree or anything like that, that doesn't mean that like that's your job. Like
you're not
having a
entitled
college,
to anything,
having
ever.
a college degree makes you stand out on an application. No one is denying that,
Of
and
course.
that's not at all what we're saying. But just because you have that degree, you are not entitled to such, I think.
Yeah, entitlement is all of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Entitlement, that's what makes me scared. Because, like, even if I was, like, let's say for somehow I, ESPN wants me on, like, a podcast or some shit, or some big company wants me on something, and I make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm making a lot of money to the point where it's, like, I can, like, kind of do whatever I want, especially with, like, my kids. I'm so scared of that because I think it's going to make my kids lazy. Like, they're not going to want to work or
Parenting.
anything like that. And I think that's so hard for so many people when it's like, it's not your fault. Sorry, I hit the mic there. But it's like, it's not the kid's fault. But it's like, it's so hard to instill that work ethic, especially when it's just like you have so much.
Yeah, I'm thankful to my mom for, believing in me,
Mm-hmm.
and always saying that I can do great things, but also like not really helping me to get there, like making me realize that, and I haven't done great things obviously, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just I think a lot of it is just understanding that nothing in life for a good majority of us, nothing in life is going to be handed to us.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be more than average, you have to put in like way above average effort, especially depending on like
Every single
where you're
day.
starting. Because let's be real, America's social hierarchy is really hard to climb.
And-
Like most countries, social hierarchy is kind of hard to climb.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's easier now than it has been, but it's definitely not easy, especially with student loans, man. Don't even do. We'll have a whole podcast about student loans at some point, but
God,
um,
that's gonna be a dark day.
yeah, it will be a dark day. But student loans are crazy. I mean, I think paying for your college is, I don't know how to say it, but it's like a big it's a step towards becoming an adult, because I feel like you value your education more and a lot of other things when you're the one like taking out the loans under your name and all that money is coming out of your pocket. It's different than when it's coming out of your parents.
Mm.
But I understand why parents want to pay for their college, because it puts your kid at such an advantage because they're not thousands of dollars in debt the second they leave.
It's just a chain that it's attached to you for years,
Mhm.
and it like impedes you, because if you had that money and you weren't paying off this loan every month, you could do better things.
But at the same time, I feel like it also helps you. It helps you grow up faster.
I
guess.
agree.
Again,
I agree.
I think people that pay for their own college just value their education and everything more.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely upsides to paying for your own college. But if you're a parent and you want to pay for your kid's college, like I get it.
There are pros.
But
There are a lot more
my
cons
kids
than
personally, like I might put a certain amount, but like, if you're gonna have to pay for some stuff. Like I don't know. It's just. I don't know.
You always.
Does the average person even go to college anymore? Is that an average thing?
I'm gonna
I mean,
say no.
Because there's so many.
There's
other
so many
ways.
people that go to college, but also like, what do you count as a college? Do you count trade schools? Do you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If you're going to school to get some sort of degree or certification to make more money, I think it's well, you're pursuing your education, so I'll call it college. Give me a sec. I'm looking up the number right here.
Number what?
What percentage of Americans go to college?
I'm gonna guess 46.
30. It's about 35. So
Less.
let's 30. So let's say 35 go to college. There's only about a 70% retention rate. So what's 70% of 35? Let me.
It's around 25.
Yeah, so about a quarter of America has a degree. I guarantee that most of the people, or I guarantee that there is a good chunk of those people with the degree. So we're gonna say because you went to college, you are in the top 25% of educated people, which probably isn't necessarily accurate, but we're gonna assume
Sure.
that in America you are in. If you graduate with a college degree, it means you are in the top 25% education wise. Like you've got a piece of paper saying you're more educated than these people, or that you've completed some education certificate. But there is no way that, like, I feel like at least 50% of those make the median American salary or less.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes I think I would have been better off going to a trade school and then trying to do that trade my entire life.
Yeah, no,
and
no,
becoming
no.
really good at it.
Yeah, no.
But
There's some. You said it earlier.
But
Again,
also,
it's
like, I
doing
don't-
what you love. It's like, again, not always worrying about this money thing. So it's
exactly.
again, we try not to worry about it because it's, again, like
Like, I
the
don't-
whole average thing. It's like that thing of being afraid of being average. Like I feel like someone would, like, you go to trade school. Well, maybe because you want that guarantee. You're afraid that, like, if you don't, you're
Yeah,
gonna end up somewhere else where you're gonna not be making that much
if
money.
you study hard, you learn the trade, you can make a good amount of money. But
Oh, no,
the
no, no,
thing
no, no.
is,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we don't want to be mechanics. We don't want to be welders. We don't want to be
And
HVAC.
there are people that do. So respect to those people,
Oh,
because
yeah.
our world would not run without you.
Of
We'd all
course.
be, like, done without you, bruv.
But that's not what everybody wants to do. I want to help people, and I'm going to school to help people.
And I want to entertain people. Too
Yeah.
bad I'm not very funny. Put a laugh track in there. That makes everything way funnier.
Okay.
But man, we've gotten off topic, but I feel like it's been a good episode so far.
I agree.
But yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up here soon. But let's think. Do we have any other final thoughts on this idea of being average?
Should we bring it back around to looks, personality, finance?
I'm trying to think of
Being
anything
a-
else that's like big. Because I think we've talked about a lot of the big things.
I
is,
want
like,
you to
being
think
yourself.
of the most average person you know, and if you like them or not.
Yes.
Who's the most? But who? Call someone out. Who's the most average person you know?
I'll call him on FaceTime right now. Is what I'm gonna do.
Oh shit!
If he picks up, this is gonna be hilarious.
Do I know who you're gonna call?
Oh yeah, you should know who I'm gonna call. If he doesn't pick up, I won't call him out. But if he does, he's
Oh.
totally getting called out.
I see it,
Yeah.
but that's not, of course, not a bad thing. Like we've been saying this entire episode.
No. When I think of average, this is the guy I think of.
He's a great person.
And no, he's a good guy, and this is not at all like.
If he doesn't pick up, the world will never know.
The world will never know, but he'll know because he's gonna have a missed FaceTime call from me. So I don't know. It's been ringing I don't even know if it's ringing. It's not doing the.
Is your ringer off?
No, my ringer is not off. There it goes. Now it's ringing. It's ringing now. If he picks up, it's 10:20 at night, so he's not asleep. No way. He might be. There's the off chance that he's at work.
What is he doing over summer?
Oh, and this might reveal too much to the audience. Oh, he picked up. Oh my God, guys, it's my friend Carter. Carter.
How are you?
Carter, we're recording a podcast right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So the topic is, there's nothing wrong with being average. And Braden asked me who is the most average person I know.
Wow. Nice.
Carter, this podcast is about how there's nothing wrong with being average.
Yes.
I mean, I'd prefer to be hopefully a little better than average, but I guess if I'm average, then
I'm thinking of the people I know, Carter. So out of the people I know,
You're definitely better than a lot of other average people.
and Carter, you gotta think of it in
how does that work?
what?
You're
How can-
better
how
than
can-
other average
How
people.
can this
I don't
one
know.
average person be better than another
So
average?
average is obviously the range. Like when you think of average, like if your class has a class average, there's a range, I guess. So like
You're
there's
on
a
the
range.
higher
So
end.
so yeah. So like the average, when you think of average numbers on a scale of 1 to 10, that's the like 4 to 6 range, and you're closer to the 6 range.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry. There's people that live with you that are below average. So we're not gonna get into them. But Thank you, Carter, for making a guest appearance on the podcast. I'll let you know when we release this, just so you can see your lovely part.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll
love
talk
you.
to you later, Carter.
All right.
Bye. See, the thing is, like that, it didn't make him mad. It didn't make him sad, but he was like, "Oh, I'm average, but it's okay."
I don't think Carter really cared too much because
No,
it
he
was me
didn't.
saying it, but
He didn't, but
no. No, we always. I don't know. I feel like it's also just putting people in their place sometimes because I feel like you got to realize that you're not all that special all the time. At least I need to have that check every once
it's
in a while.
nice to think so, but it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
true.
Yeah. And personally, I'd say as a person, I'm probably. We both already said it. I think we're pretty average. Carter was
agree.
just like when you think of an average guy, like Carter's like the average height, the average weight
Yeah.
of a male. He's white with brown hair. Like he's literally like average. Like when you think of an average guy,
Yeah.
he's okay. So he's got above average physique. Like I'll give him that.
Oh,
Carter's
yeah,
got pretty.
He's been working.
Carter,
On that.
Carter's a pretty buff looking boy, but otherwise, like when I think of Carter, pretty average.
But in the best way possible.
Well, I mean, there's
There's no
we've
negative
literally
connotation.
talked about there's nothing wrong with being average. He has his weaknesses, he has his strengths, but so do us all. And that's one thing I think is the world it likes to even out a little bit, you know. So like I might be better at one thing, you might be better at something else. Braden's a little bit nicer to people. I'm a little bit better at communicating and being straightforward.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But that's the episode for today, guys. We've talked for a while. This is a little bit
That's
longer than I
it.
definitely thought it was going to be.
That's fine.
But this was fun. We're going to do this more. Hopefully, probably not on this set. We're going to change
With
it up.
Other people as well.
Yeah. We're definitely going to get guests in, and we might have like
We
call-in
did do a
guests.
call-in.
We can do a call-in guest. The way I've got it set up, guys, like Zoom would not be that hard to put in, or Skype or Discord or anything like that.
Totally.
So we might do something like that if we're doing that. But I hope you did enjoy this episode of the No BS podcast. Hopefully, I actually upload this because I've recorded 3 episodes of No BS with Braden, and none of them have been uploaded.
Yeah. What the hell?
I don't know. No.
So
But
much content.
This one is
You should
definitely
just
going
make
to get
another
updated.
channel for me.
No. But-
Braden's BS.
Yeah, Braden's BS. Oh, that'd be great. Oh, no. We won't change that. But I hope you all did enjoy. This has been the podcast. Say happy birthday to Braden. If you see him,
Whatever.
say it in the comments
Don't.
or whatever. But if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff. You can go listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever else that this podcast ends up. But I hope you're all having a great day. Braden, anything that you would like to say?
Bye.